Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another episode from Ravenholt. I think this is going to be the last one for this project, so today we're going to get a nice view of everything that we have done. In today's episode I am building a couple more houses. We're doing a little guard post watchtower thing to protect the way up here. We're doing the way up. Then we're just doing like a bunch of landscaping. I'm also trying to play with something you guys suggested, that we build like a wall ruin around the little village, so that it kind of looks like maybe like hundreds of years ago there was like a little bit of a defensive wall around this place. Maybe there was a bigger castle here sometimes in the past. We did have that ruin we built the last episode, so we're kind of playing on that a little bit. I also want to work a little bit on a cave system that many of you guys suggested in the comments of previous videos, that we should do one below the castle itself, because it's a nice like cliff facade which almost naturally opens up towards some kind of mouth to a cave. So I've been working a little bit on that as well, and caves and stuff is so fun to play with because you get like this super moody thing, and especially with Conquest Reforged, when you have like vertical slabs and all the trapdoors and stairs and all the different kind of stuff, you can get like super organic and smooth looking caves. So that's a lot of fun. So that's also something we're doing today. And then just overall trying to finish this place, trying to tie it all together with landscaping, building the houses, some small trees, adding some paths, adding things to make it feel alive, and just like the regular stuff that I like to add to my builds to make it feel good. Obviously we're not completing all the things around this place because that would take us forever, but maybe sometimes in the future we will come back to a place close by and build like a little thing. I have a few things that I want to do that we've been talking about in my streams, so if you want to see that, I suggest checking out my second channel and watch the replay where we talk about that. And yeah, that's kind of what we're doing today. Hope that you guys enjoyed today's episode. If so, don't forget to hit that like button. You know, it's just the best way of showing support to what I do. I do put a lot of time and effort into each and every video that I give out to you guys, so a little like back is always very much appreciated. And of course subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. But I guess let's just finish off the time lapse for today, finish off all the buildings, and then we're gonna go for a little bit of a first person point of view as we usually do, so we can get like a detailed look at everything that we have been adding in today's episode. The view from here is absolutely stunning. I am so very happy with what we have been able to create. Overall, like, I think this will be episode 4 or 5, and honestly that's not big for a project, and I think we've been able to really put in the work in each and every episode, which then has turned into this beautiful project over here. And the feedback you guys have been giving me is always super good, supportive, and it really seems that you guys also like this project here. I want to do a proper tour sometime in the future, so that if you're brand new here, you can get like everything in one single video. I think that would be kind of cool, and it would be convenient for you guys to see everything in context. I also want to do some more stuff with what we have here, but that is for another episode. Today we're gonna check out what we have built since the last one, and I think we're gonna start off with the upper part here. Then we're gonna check out the little cave, which is down here later. So I think we're gonna start over here, and I can't honestly quite remember what houses I built in this episode. I think this one here is new. Yeah, that should be new, which is kind of old and ruined. And then we have another house over there, and then all the way in the back there we have a blacksmith. So let's start with this one, move over, and then move back and down through here so we can get like everything. This one here is a chandler or candle maker. So on side here we have some beehives, like just like a little farm to get some wax you can use for making candles. That's kind of cool, and just adds a little bit of characteristic to this place. And on the outside here we have like a little shed for storing and kind of hanging up the candles and let them dry and stuff like that. And inside the house here, I forgot to add a door. Let's add a door like that. In here we have this little workshop area where they make the candles. It's very simple. I've made a couple of these designs over the years, or yeah, over the years actually. It's been a while now. And this one here is just like this, yeah, smelted wax in this cauldron thing, and then you stick like this thread in, and then cover it up in the wax, and then hang it up here to let it dry. And you can kind of see there's like some spilled wax on the floor here, and just drying it up, and it's kind of hot in here. There's some like, yeah, steam and stuff in here. There's a little door into the family area, a little fireplace or oven here to make some food on, and small shelves and stuff to, yeah, just prepare some food and store some stuff, and a small area to sit and eat. So that's that. And then there's a little ladder going up to the upper floor where we have some beds for the family and some storage and all that stuff. And as you can see, this house here is kind of old and worn down. You can really see that on the roof. And again, that just kind of creates this cool vibe that we're doing at Ravenholt, and I think it's so awesome. So yeah, then let's just move around over here and check out what we have. So we can actually go up here. This is kind of new. This tree here is new, this dead little tree. I think that's kind of cool. In between the houses here. And then we can go around the back. And I've added this little back alley where we have like a tub to wash yourself in. And we added some more farms. We're going to check out this little pig farm later. And yeah, some beans and some wheat and stuff all around here. I really like the vibe of this place. And then we have the blacksmith here. We're going to check that out. Add even some more trees, some storage, some crates and stuff along the way here, and lanterns. And then I added this, which is kind of similar to what we built like over at this first gatehouse. Just like this little marshland thing where like the water from these areas would drain into here and kind of make this soil wetter, and then it would kind of feed into the swamp from here. So yeah, just making some variations in the landscape and stuff, and adding these cattails and reeds and stuff really sells that idea. And in the back there you can kind of see the remains of the very old wall that they usually wrapped around this place. You can see that kind of wraps up with this ruin we did the last episode, and it kind of goes on and just kind of tells a story that there's something that has been here for ages, even longer than the settlement here. So that's stuff I kind of like to add to the buildings I do, just for the fun of it. Let's check out the blacksmith here. In the outside here we have this big forge to yeah, heat up the metal you're working with, and some anvils. Oh, how did that happen? Well. Yeah, like anvil. This will kind of be like some oil you dip the sword into to make it even harder. And yeah, just like a small little forge for the area. The castle itself has a blacksmith for the Lord, so this would be like just to make some nails and maybe some tools for, yeah, making or farming the lands and stuff like that. And the inside is also very simple. You get in here, we have a kitchen area and like the family area, I suppose. And it's kind of cool. I love the fireplaces that I'm making in this place. They're like chunky and looks kind of realistic in a way. And then, yeah, simple little kitchen area. So that's nice. In the side here we have some beds for the parents and some sitting areas and stuff like that, which is nice. And then a ladder going up to some areas where the kids can sleep on just some hay here. Some of you guys commented that usually the kids would sleep above the stove in Slavic countries in medieval times. I haven't fact checked that. I just took your words for it. So that's what's happening here. The stove is here, and it kind of, I think it has to do with heat, and that this would then heat up the area that the kids sleep in. So kind of cool. So let's now walk over here. We'll walk around, check out this dead tree over here, and then we move along here. This is a butcher. So in the basement here, there's like a little storage area for sausages and some meat. that would be used to make sausages, and yeah, just like a storage area. And there's a rat in here who's really happy with being here. So yeah, that's that below here. But if we go around here and in here, we have the inside of the butcher, I suppose. Again, like a nice little oven here for the kitchen, an area to eat and prepare some food. And then on this side here we have the butchery. So this would be where like the butcher makes the food. As you can see, it's very simple, but gets the job done, I suppose. And then there's a ladder going up to some areas to sleep on. Again, here above the stove is where the kids would sleep, and then we have some bigger beds for the parents. And it's kind of tricky to get up here. Can we? Yeah, look at that. And some sitting areas and stuff like that. Just utilizing the space that we got here. So I think that's kind of nice, kind of cute. Then we have the guard tower. I love this one. This is heavily inspired by the first gate of Krau's Perch from the Witcher 3 game, which is the main inspiration for this entire project actually. And there's like this little gate. This is not really a gatehouse, but there's like a gate that looks very similar to this one. I scaled it down a wee bit and made it into a watchtower instead, but the shape and the colors and detailing is very similar to what is in that game. And basically, yeah, little area to sit, some spears. If you had to go down here and start a war, you just bring the spears out and attack them. But then you can also go up this ladder and get up here. You can have like a telescope to look at the people coming over. As you can see, I've started the road and laid out some areas where I want that to continue over to something in the future. So we got that going over there. And we have some arrows, so you could just stand here and protect the way into the village here. It's like situated mostly on like a cliff, so the road would kind of be the simplest way to get up. So that's just probably where the most like traders and things would go. So yeah, you can defend that simply with this. So that's the gatehouse for Ravenholt here. And there's also like a secondary gatehouse over here actually to defend the castle itself. So that will be up here, and you can also get like a nice view over the road going up here. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, then I just added a bunch of stuff to the side. I just did some world edit, masked over this area and just set it to the vegetation that we've been using. It looks a little odd, but honestly I'm not doing that by hand, so I guess we got to live with that. But then we got this path going down. I really like the view here. It's kind of steep, but it's definitely not too steep, and just like a cool slope. And it wraps down here, wraps around here. You can see some rumble from the temple that was ruined down on the ground here, which is kind of cool. Here we have like a big part of the arch that's fallen into the swamp. And here I'm not really sure if this how cool this is, but I feel like the rock of this mountain has to be kind of weird since the swamp has kind of carved it out over time. So what I kind of did is that over time more like less hard rock would be carved out by water over time, and then the harder parts would be left behind, or would be left as it was kind of. So maybe it was like this chunk of hard rock and some ore sticking out like this one, and like some parts of that, and then all the things has been carved out over time and just turned into swamp as more water fall upon this place. And that's why we had this like unique foundation here, because it's kind of weird to have this cliff in the middle of nowhere. So I just kind of wanted to play with that and kind of illustrate that it's been carved out over time. So that's why we have this, and it also looks kind of cool. It looks really, really cool. So then the path kind of wraps around here, and there's like this little cave, and like I don't think it makes the most sense to have this as a bandit hideout, but that's kind of what I've done. But yeah, we have that, some areas to sleep in and here, and areas to chat and all that kind of stuff. But you can really see the cool shape of the cave. with vertical slabs and all that stuff. And there's also like a little bit of an underground water here, and this is actually connected up to the well up in the castle, so that's kind of cool. That goes down here and into the groundwater, which should be the same level as the swamp here. So there's probably some underwater caves that's been carved out by the water as well, since there might be like pockets of less dense rock in all of this. So yeah, kind of water here, and I kind of imagine that maybe the lords could use this to escape, so the servants would maybe like lift the lord down through this thing. It would be kind of scary, and if the lord is fat, he would have problems. But yeah, you can lift him down here and he could escape like a siege or something and just run into the swamps. But it's kind of like a bandit hideout. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe you guys can come up with some better suggestion for what this can be used be used as in the comments. Feel free to let me know down below. But that is pretty much what I've been working on since the last time, and I think I'm gonna call this project done. That means we're gonna get on to something else in the upcoming videos from my place, so stay tuned for that. Probably gonna do some Craftsburg, but I do have so many things in store for you guys, so stay tuned, inspired and all that stuff. And I guess we're gonna end today's episode about here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really do hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.